All right, welcome back. And this is another video from Realize the Self. I'm Mark, and I've been wanting to do something that, or go over something that's been on my mind for a little bit. And as far as I can tell, the earliest presentation or ideas or writings or talk about where we go when we die comes from the Upanishads, which talks about the soul going to the moon. So I'm going to read off a few quotes from numerous Upanishads that talk about the soul traveling to the moon. This is the earliest known reference that at least I know of. The Upanishads, the major Upanishads, stem from 300 to 800 BC, so over 2,000 years ago. All right, let's start off with the Chandogya Upanishad. And in these Upanishads, they state that the soul goes to the moon, then comes back to earth. Okay, Chandogya Upanishad 5.10.3-6. Those who note thus, and those who in the village practice sacrifice, charity, and austerity, they pass into smoke, from smoke into night, from night into the dark fortnight, from the dark fortnight into the 6 months, when the sun moves south. From those months they go to the world of the fathers, from the world of the fathers to the moon. Having reached the moon, they become food. There the gods feed on them, as priests feed on Soma. That was 5.10.5. When that is exhausted, they return again by the same path. Ether, air, rain, earth, food, seed, human birth. 5.10.6. This states explicitly that the souls go to the moon. The moon is a temporary station before we come back to earth. The next one, the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Those who conquer the world by sacrifice, charity, and austerity go to the world of the fathers. From the world of the fathers, they go to the moon. Having dwelt there as long as their merit lasts, they return again. This is from the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad 6.2.16. This confirms the moon as the destination upon our death, or intermediate before being reborn or reincarnated. Explicitly talks about returning to earth and rebirth and us going to the moon. All right, the third one is the Kaustataki Upanishad. Pardon me if my Sanskrit's not really great, so some of these might not be the total best pronunciation, but you'll be able to find them if you want to go and double check on them. The moon as a testing gate in the Kaustataki Upanishad 1.2. All who depart from the moon, all who depart from this world go to the moon. In the first half, the moon nourishes them. In the second half, it sends them onward. Later, a little bit later in the same section, those who cannot answer the moon's questions become rain and are born again. Those who answer correctly pass beyond. This is interesting because it talks about the light side of the moon. The first half of the moon nourishes the souls, and the second half, it sends them onward. And then also, if you cannot answer the moon's questions, or whoever's asking the questions while you're at the moon, you cannot pass beyond the moon and you're reborn. This coincides with some of the Gnostic teachings about the archons asking souls questions before they're allowed to pass on. And if you don't answer correctly, you're reborn again. Anyways, okay, back to the fourth one, the Prajna Upanishad. By the southern path, the sacrificers attain the moon. Having enjoyed there, they return again. And this is the Prajna Upanishad 1.9. Number 5, the Mundaka Upanishad. 1.2.9 through 10. Those who perform rituals thinking them the highest good, after enjoying the fruits of heaven, return again to this world. And we could summarize Chandogya Upanishad 5.10.3 through 6 talks about the detailed journey to the moon and return. The Brihadaranyaka Upanishad 6.2.16, the moon as a karmic reward realm. Upaniṣadic Upanishad 1.2, moon questions souls. The Prajna Upanishad 1.9, the moon via the southern path. And the Mundaka Upanishad 1.2.9 through 10, heaven and return, traditionally the moon. That's the quick summary from that. And core Upanishadic Doctrine. This is the cool little summary. The moon is not liberation. It is a cosmic storehouse of karma where merit is enjoyed and exhausted. Liberation, according to the Upanishad, lies beyond the moon, beyond all worlds. And this is interesting because in that first Upanishad we talked about, the soul, was it that first one? Let me see. Yep, the first one, the Chandogya Upanishad 5.10.5, having reached the moon, they become food. So, this begs the question, are humans food for the gods? Gets you wondering with Robert Monroe and his whole Loosh theory. Maybe there's something to it. And then we could go more and look at different references in the Upanishads about being foods for the gods. So we already went over the Chandogya Upanishad 5.10.5, having reached the moon to become food. There the gods feed on them just as priests feed on soma. And then another reference comes in with the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. The universe is food and the eater of food. It's fascinating. This is Brihadaranyaka Upanishad 1.4.6. And this one of the key points that it's illustrating is all beings participate in a cosmic food cycle, including gods and humans as food and eaters of food. Back to the same Upanishad, the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Man is the fire, the ablation is the person. From that offering arises the person. I'm saying humans are sacrificial offerings. Gods consume offerings through cosmic fires, and this supports the food of the gods theory, or hypothesis, however you want to look at it. And then we go back to the Upaniṣadic Upanishad. All who depart from this world go to the moon. The moon nourishes itself with them. This is the Upaniṣadic Upanishad 1.2. This explicitly states that the moon feeds on departing souls. Fascinating. Is the moon an energy source for, let's say, the simulation we exist in, and maybe we're consumed to keep it going, or maybe there's astral beings or some entities that are there that feed on souls. But this is specifically from the Upanishads. Then we go to the Taittiriya Upanishad 2.2.1. Food from food are beings born. By food they live. Into food they enter at death. That's another explicit statement that humans are food. And then we go to the Aitareya Upanishad 1.1.3. He created food, the gods desired it. There you go. And then if you want a quick summary, that would be the Chandogya Upanishad 5.10.5, souls become food for the gods. The Brihadaranyaka Upanishad 1.4.6, the universe is food and eater. The same Upanishad 6.2.9 through 13, humans are sacrificial offerings. Kaustataki Upanishad 1.2, moon feeds on souls. Taittiriya Upanishad 2.2.1, beings return to food. Aitareya Upanishad 1.1.3, gods desire food. Core Upanishadic idea is the cosmos is a sacrifice. Gods, humans, and world survive by mutual consumption. And this is why later the Upanishads explicitly state, I know I said that a million times, but this is explicitly state and declare the knowledge of the self escapes the food chain of gods in death. There's people all over the internet saying they know this, they know that, they know how to escape the reincarnation trap. I'm telling you, the only way for sure, most likely with high probability, is you realize the self. Realize the self is how you escape. Don't listen to anyone else. This is specifically, explicitly stated more than 2,000 years ago, how to leave the simulation, how to escape samsara, how to escape the reincarnation and the cycle of death and rebirth. You can do it. You can realize the self. The book has a 4-month plan. I go over all the videos explicitly for the millionth time, how to escape the simulation, whatever you want to call it, a school, a prison, but this is how you do it. And let's keep going. Let's see what happens when you do realize the self. Do you go out the moon, or do you go out a different path? And you know, since the video is running a little bit more than 10 minutes, let's cut it here and save that for the next video. All right, thank you for being here, and see you later. All right, guys, we're back. And in the last video, we went over the Upanishadic texts that talk about where the soul goes upon death. And so we showed by numerous Upanishads that explicitly state that the soul goes to the moon. Now, the soul goes somewhere else if you have or you do realize the self. So if you do not realize the self, you go to the moon, you're food for the gods. We named numerous Upanishads. Check out the last video if you haven't. But if you do realize the self, remember, anyone can realize the self. You can do it. Don't let anyone tell you you can't. Anyone can do it. Where do we go upon death if you do realize the self? The sun. The sun. So the Upanishads explicitly state self-realization, Brahman knowledge with departure through the sun, aditya. But here are the Upanishadic texts that talk about the sun being the portal or the gate for those that realize the self. Chandogya Upanishad 5.10.1 through 2. Those who know this and those who meditate upon truth enter into flame, from flame into day, from day into the bright fortnight, from the bright fortnight into the 6 months when the sun moves north, from those months into the year, from the year into the sun, from the sun into lightning. Then a divine person leads them to Brahman. They do not return. Brahman is just another term for Atman, which is the self. And this talks about the sun being the gateway. Once you realize the self, out of here, you go to the sun and you do not return. The next one would be the Brahdaranyaka. Sorry, I'm a little tired. Brahdaranyaka Upanishad 5.10.1. That golden person who is seen within the sun, he is the self. And then we go to 6.2.15 in the same Upanishad. Those who know this and those who worship truth as Brahman go by the path of the gods, from fire to light, from light to the day to the bright fortnight, from the bright fortnight to the 6 months of the northern course of the sun, from there to the world of the gods, then to the sun. There is no return for them. That's it. Number 3, the Kaustataki Upanishad 1.3. When one departs from this world, he comes to the sun. The sun opens for him as a gate. Through it, he ascends to the world of Brahman. Number 4, the Mundaka Upanishad 2.2.11. The sun does not shine there, nor the moon, nor the stars. By that alone all this shines. Then we go to 3.2.6. He who knows that supreme Brahman becomes Brahman. He crosses over sorrow. This talks about the knower passes beyond the solar realm. The sun marks the upper boundary of samsara. Number 5, the Katha Upanishad, 2.3.15. When the knot of the heart is cut, the mortal becomes immortal. The Katha Upanishad 1.3.16. There are two paths, one leading to the pleasant, the other to the good. The good is the path of light, culminating in the sun. Number 6, the Prajna Upanishad 1.10. By the northern path through the sun, the knower of Brahman reaches Brahman and does not return. You have all these Upanishads talking about when you realize the self, when you know Brahman, which is the self, which is Atman, then you go through the sun and you do not come back. Self-realization leads beyond the moon and through the sun. The moon governs the return, the sun governs release. The sun is the last cosmic door. Beyond it lies Brahman, not another world. And that's it. So now you have a clarification of where the soul goes according to the Upanishads. If you do not realize the self, which is the majority of the population, you go to the moon, you're food for the gods, and you're recycled. You come back to earth. If you do realize the self, you go out the sun. It acts as some sort of portal or gateway, and you leave the cycle of reincarnation and samsara. So it's up to you. What do you want to do? Do you want to come back again? Do you want to have your memory wiped? You want to live this world all over again? Your high probability you're going to be in a third world country, probably without access to clean water or food, or living in squalor. I mean, you want to take your chances, or do you want to leave? So there's really two ways to look at self-realization. Do you want to come back to this world? Also, do you want permanent, infinite bliss, happiness, everything with self-realization? It's the only way to have permanent happiness. No amount of alcohol, no amount of cigarettes, no amount of sex, no amount of drugs, no amount of music, no amount of exercise, no amount of food, no amount of TV, no amount of music, no amount of anything will give you the bliss, the happiness, the serenity, the peace of self, of the self, of self-realization. You are infinite, boundless, ineffable. The bliss of all bliss, the happiness of all happiness. You are it. Realize the self. That's all there is to do in this world. Graduate or break out of the prison, however you want to look at it. Do it. You can do it. That's all there is to do in this life. Focus 100% on this life. Do what you got to do. Earn a living, pay your rent. Do what you got to do, take care of your family. But whatever you do, focus all your might on self-realization. Graduate, escape, get out of here. There's no reason to come back. And always remember, you are everything. See you later.